Close that. Okay, bro. All right, that works. Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to the vlog and welcome back to another HP Society episode. You guys, we have my beautiful Mustang 5.0 and it has been about probably 5 days actually since I drove this thing. I took it on the back roads. I did record a vlog and it didn't, audio did not. Fucking, we gotta do hydraulic hood struts. I do miss driving my 5.0. It's been around 5 days. So I said, fuck it. I'm gonna drive it today. This is my new house, by the way, guys. This is gonna be where all the magic happens to this car. Got obviously a blue line flag. Support the blue Chicago flag. We're gonna get a nice Ford flags with Roush, maybe BMR stuff, and then a nice little TV right there. Already got the jack stands, tools, air compressor for my impact. I mean, we got a lot of shit. I just gotta buy more detailed stuff and move that over from my old house. But other than that, let's get a cold start. Here, a cold start. Oh yeah, yeah. That's that V8, baby. Sounds so good. Sounds amazing. I love this car, I really do. Oh my God, it sounds so good. Yes, that's the MBRP catback exhaust for you. I would get it if I were you. All right, guys, we're just waiting for the car to warm up, but I am excited. The tire pressure light's probably gonna kick on. I didn't reprogram these tire sensors yet, so they have been a little bit wonky. They've been turning on and off, so I might get a TPMS failure warning right now, but we're gonna let this car warm up and we're gonna hit the road, baby. Guys, I think we are good to go. Let's pull out here slowly. We want to come out here real nice and slow so we don't hit nothing. All right, garage closed. Yes, it did. All right, yeah. But you guys, we're going to talk about what is better for your money. Is it a Camaro or a Mustang? I actually had both. I was fortunate enough to have both. I had a SS 1LE and I had a Mustang 5.0, which is what I have now. And I do love both cars. And people ask me all the time, well, why did you make the switch over to the Coyote platform? And honestly, it was the money. Once you experience a 1LE, you never want to go back. Like, there's never a part of you where you're like, man, you know what? You can't go into a regular SS after you drive the 1LE. It's like, if 1LE owners will get what I mean when I say that, but it's just the experience of that 1LE is just so different from a normal SS, from what I experienced. And my thing is man, if I go back into a Camaro, it's just not going to be an SS. It has to be a 1LE. Even if it's a 5th gen, bro, it just, man, those 1LEs are just different. People ask me all the time, why did you go to the Coyote platform? And it was just the money, man. It just made more sense for the build I wanted to go to. I kind of told myself, I'm kind of gonna, go away from those track cars, and I kind of want to build a street car. I want to build a drag stick car to run maybe 9s. That's kind of the goal. And that's what I'm trying to that's what I'm chasing right now, honestly, is 9s and a stick car. And I know it's doable. Honestly, no, people really do ask me all the time. I mean, like, do I miss the Camaro? 1000%. I loved my 1LE. I thought my 1LE was probably one of the best cars I've ever actually had and owned. It was just so, it had such an I want to say exotic feel, but it was just so much different than a muscle car. I didn't feel like I was driving a Camaro when I had my 1LE. I genuinely felt like I was driving a race car. Do I feel like that in a base GT? No, but can I? 1000%, and that's the goal with this car. I'm not gonna shift quick. Again, stock MT82 shifter. It's like a feather, so we're good. All right. Oh my God. This thing's a beast, man. This thing, honestly, is a monster. It just built so different. It really is. Uh-oh. But if you ask me, I mean, which one do I prefer? I've had the 5.0 for about 2 weeks now, and so far I put a catback exhaust. It completely woke up the car. I also got the Dark Horse wheels, which is a 20 million times better looking than these stock 18-inch wheels, which I couldn't stand for the life of me. I think they were disgusting, but that also changed the car and how I viewed it. And I got the MGW short throw shifter, which it is back there, so we are gonna have to get that installed probably next week, so stay tuned for that video. But shout out to my guys at D-Mark Performance. They're gonna be the ones to install it. But honestly, these upgrades, honestly, they wake up the car. Like the exhaust, it wakes up this car like crazy, man. Like you kind of, I wouldn't say you feel a horsepower gain, because that's not entirely true, but you feel like the car is just, what's a good word? It just feels more, it feels more Mustangy, you know, if that kind of makes any sense. It feels like a Mustang once I got the exhaust on this car. It felt more like a Mustang, and that's kind of what I wanted. You know, I really wanted a car that was kind of like my 1LE, came out the box perfect, and I didn't really have to do much to it. Realistically, if you do ask me, hey, I want to build a street car, I want to build a fast car, and I'm on a budget, 100% I want you to go 5.0. It just makes sense. This thing is just, you could find one. This has 11,000 miles. It's 2021, and I got it for about 31, which is really good. I mean, my Camaro SS 1LE brand new, and it was a 6-speed, was also, I don't know, it was, I want to say almost 50 grand. So it was a lot more pricier, you know, getting the 1LE. But at the end of the day, you're getting a car that's perfectly fine out the box. You don't got to do shit to it. The base GT, you have to do a lot to it to make it feel like a Mustang, and that's just me. I could be wrong. A lot of you Mustang guys probably are pissed off that I just said that, but you know, if you don't get the performance pack, you don't get you know, maybe a Mach 1, you don't get anything like, you know, a trim level that's higher, or a package that, you know, can wake up the car. The Mustang GT is kind of basic to me, honestly. It's not really anything crazy. Even honestly, it's nothing like where I'm like, wow, this thing is like, you know, insane. The only time I felt like this car was like, wow, I've never felt anything like that before. I'd wanna, you know, say if I'm, you know, giving the car some throttle and I'll be at 5,000, I'm like, holy shit, I still got 6, 7, 8, I still got all this time to shift. And I've never felt that. My 1LE, you know, obviously it being a 6-speed, you know, 6.2 V8, those are low-end torque cars. Those have all the horsepower on the low end, and then top end, you kind of lose that. On these 5.0s, you feel that shit right after 4,000, and you're like, holy shit, I almost have 4,000 more RPMs to go. It's kind of insane to me, but you know, that's how I feel about these cars. We're gonna give it some throttle. All right. I'm telling you, bro, this thing is so insane, bro. I love this fucking car a lot, bro. There's no, I can't hate this 5.0. I really can't. And you know what's crazy? I really did try to hate them. I really did. Like, I was that typical GM guy. Oh, the LS, the LT motors are the best. You know, there's nothing better than these fucking LS cars. And you know, honestly, I kind of proved myself wrong. So to all the 5.0 guys, I'm really sorry. I really am. I'm genuinely sorry, because this car is fucking amazing. With the Camaro, so you got to take into consideration when you want to purchase one of these cars is what you are trying to do as a build. Are you trying to boost? Are you trying to, you know, maybe to go full NA? If you're gonna go boost, I would 100% say fucking go get a 5.0. They just handle boost a lot better from what I've seen, and especially if you want to really build a fast car, get a 10-speed. It's crazy to say, but those 10 speeds, man, they're worth all the hype, man. All that hype around them is true. There's none of that, oh man, this car's overrated. Those 10 speeds are quick. Same with the Camaro, but in my opinion, if you're building a full NA car, I'm talking about cams, headers, E85, manifold, I mean, all that shit, I would, come on, turn fucking green for me at least. Oh, you motherfuckers. If you ask me, honestly, full NA, I just go Camaro. There's nothing on this earth that sounds better than a 6.2 cammed LS3 in my opinion. Obviously you got the LS7s. Any LS motor that's cammed just sounds amazing. You're gonna get that one guy in the fucking comments to be like, oh, the Aventador SVJ 63 sounds a lot better than you know, cammed LS. Like, bro, fuck you. In all seriousness, no, you got to take that into consideration. What are you trying to do as a build? If you're gonna go manual, it sucks to say, but I wish these GTs came with a Tremec. They came with the MT82, and honestly, I think the MT82s are overhated. I just hate the shift setup the way it is. It's not a trans-mounted shifter, which is really unfortunate for these cars. That's why the MGW is going to fix that. But stock, they're just, it's so ass, and that's probably where most of the problem comes, is from that shifter. The Tremec, I've never drove anything as buttery and as smooth and as notchy as that trans. That trans was amazing, and I genuinely love that. I love the Tremecs. I was fortunate enough to drive a T56, the TR3160s, and the TR6060s, and those Tremecs are just absolutely beautiful. They drive like amazing, but this is also like, I mean, you know, it's basically butter. Like, here, let me look at that. It's butter, honestly. It really is. It's just that quick shifting, that's where you're gonna get into those problems, because again, it's not a trans-mounted shifter. You got those forks, you got all these dumb shit that they did to this MT82, which kind of made it a little bit, you know, worse. But I mean, again, that shit's all fixable. So yeah, you got to take that into consideration. Is the trans out the box isn't the best, but again, a few minor upgrades, you know, a few minor upgrades with these MT82s, and I'm not going to say it'll be better than the Tremec, but it'll definitely make your, you know, Mustang experience a lot better. You could try a third gear pull. All right, let's ease into it. Bro, and that's only like 4,500 RPMs, bro. I still got 5, 6, 7. Bro, I got all that shit left. So my answer to the whole Camaro or Mustang, you know, what should I do? Like I said, it just all depends on your taste. I'm open to what car I drive. You know, I do love the Mustangs. I always have. One of my favorite cars of all time is GT350. I love the Fox bodies. I'm a big Ford guy. I do love Fords, but I'm also a big Chevy guy. You know, I've had an LS. I've had you know, the LT1. You know, it's an amazing platform, and you know, I was fortunate enough to drive a Z28. You know, Camaro. I was fortunate enough to drive an SS, a ZL1 1LE, a ZL1. You know, all these different type of Camaros, 6th gen, 5th gens, the F bodies. You know, and I was fortunate enough to drive a lot of Mustangs. So, you know, I love them both. You know, I can't really say, you know, which one is better. But if we're gonna talk about a base SS and a base GT, you're kind of better off with the Mustang, just because of the fact that one, it's a lot cheaper. Two, you can find them a lot cheaper with very low miles compared to the SS. The SS kind of actually holds its value, and they obviously stopped making them. But if you really do compare the two, it's kind of, you know, comes down to pricing, because these prices have been going up, man, and it kind of sucks. But what's also crazy is that if you guys want parts for your car, from what I've seen, honestly, like, this is no bullshit, from what I've seen, it seems like the Mustang parts are a lot cheaper than the Camaro parts. So that you can also take into consideration, like for headers, intake, you know, all this shit, it's a lot cheaper for the Mustang than it is the Camaro. So you know, you also got to take that into consideration about your builds. If you got the money, man, go get that SS. If you want to be on a budget and you kind of want to, you know, save money here and there, you got other priorities, we just high beamed it on a Mustang. Come on, high beam me back. High beam me back. Oh, you sick fuck. You motherfucker. I just high beamed you. You're not gonna high beam me back? Should I high beam him again? Should I high beam him again? Should I, guys? Fuck it. High beam him. Come on. One high beam back, you piece of shit. All right. Oh my God, the wheel spin. Oh, like I said, bro, I'm shifting at 40, 48, 4,900 RPMs, and dude, it feels fucking amazing, bro. You still got all that left. It's insane. But I know this kind of, you know, I know this video was kind of me, you know, yapping left and right, but it was kind of also like a POV for you guys to see. A lot of people like these POVs, and one of my most, you know, seen video was a POV video. So, oh my god, excuse me, I just silent burped. But I know a lot of you guys like these POV vlogs, so let me know if you guys want more of these, and I'll do it. The fuck you looking at? At the end of the day, it's your build, you pick. Depends on what you want to do. Boost, 5.0, NA, go Camaro. If you're looking at a budget, go Mustang. If you don't have a budget, go Camaro. That's simple. That's how I kind of see it, and that's what I'll stick by. I've had both cars. I was fortunate to have both cars, and I drove a lot of different variants of these motors, and I gotta say, they're both amazing. So that's kind of my answer. If you guys wanted me to sit here, ooh, C6. Let me park in here. One on the vlog right here, actually, just so you guys can kind of see the car. You know, maybe you guys, I can fucking hear that MGW short throw just going everywhere. All right, let me put the window down. I got PTSD from that shit as well. But you guys, this is my Mustang GT, and I hope you guys did enjoy the video. If you did, smash that like button, smash that subscribe button. If you're on the channel, hit that little bell notification so you can be notified and be a part of HP Society. Other than you guys, we got a lot of things coming for this car. We got the front splitter coming in, rear diffuser, cold air intake, and then we got a bunch of badges coming in, and then we're probably gonna have to do a thicker tire. I'm trying to find these 305s, so we have to do a 305 in the rear. We're gonna put those 275s up front, and then yeah, we got a lot of shit coming, man. And then obviously in July or August, supercharger. But we also got to get the headers for the car as well. So the headers is probably going to be done within the next couple weeks or so. We're going to go stainless works headers, and then that should kind of be the car. We're going to keep it full bolt on just for maybe a month and a half, 2 months, and then we'll go to then we'll go to the ESS supercharger. So I'm excited, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. See you guys later.